Hello, my name is Emily Rose. I'm a professional Lenormand and tarot reader. I also teach tarot readers and the mystically minded to read Lenormand like they're talking to a friend. And today I am so excited because I'm going to kind of bring you into my world a little bit and show you what I've been working on for some time for you. And that is my brand spanking new Lenormand membership site called the Lenormand Learners Community. If you've been on this channel for a while, then you already know I have a lot of free resources for the Lenormand curious, including my free Lenormand mini course. And I also have meanings for all 36 Petite Lenormand cards here on YouTube in my Lightning Lenormand series, and also on my website. There's so much on my website there too. But I wanted a very streamlined way and a very accessible, affordable option for folks who want to take that next level with their Lenormand learning in a way that fits their life. So that is why I created the Lenormand Learners Community, and I can't wait to bring you inside. I created this membership for folks who are Lenormand dabblers. Maybe you have played with Lenormand a bit, you kind of pick it up here and there, but you haven't quite found your groove with it or hit your stride. And you're like, what do I need to kind of take this to the next level? This membership is for you. Or maybe you are already really phenomenal at reading tarot and you're kind of looking to add another layer to your readings. Maybe you're wanting to add some real specificity and get in there and impress the heck out of your clients, your friends, or even just yourself with really spooky specific readings that can really contribute to your life overall. So, I mean, how cool would it be to just kind of get a heads up of what's coming ahead? And if you're brand new to divination, maybe you just heard about Lenormand and some part of that just won't leave your mind, this is also for you, because the way that I designed this membership site is to build a rock solid Lenormand foundation or fill in any gaps in knowledge that some of us may have. Even if you've been dabbling with it for a while, you may be missing some kind of core pieces of that foundation. And that's why things just aren't building up the way that you want them to. So I designed this membership with the idea in mind that this is to build a rock solid Lenormand foundation. And these are the things I wish I would have known when I started reading, and the things that I found are essential to reading with ease and clarity. So whether you're brand new, a Lenormand dabbler, or maybe you're starting to figure things out with Lenormand, or anywhere in between, this membership is designed for you. Now, let me go ahead and take you inside and show you what this membership is all about and to see if it's up your alley. So here it is, my Lenormand Learners Community. Now, I have been teaching Lenormand for quite a while now. I want to say about 6 or 7 years that I've had my signature course, and even longer before that. And what I have done here inside this membership is combine the knowledge that I've acquired in terms of how people learn Lenormand best with also what you guys are looking for and what you're hoping to do when it comes to Lenormand. And I've kind of served that all up on a platter for you so you can learn Lenormand in a way that is accessible, it's affordable, and you're also in community if that's something that you're craving, you're wanting to practice with others. That is all available inside of this community. So what is this membership all about? In short, it is a membership for Lenormand lovers. And what we do inside this membership is we learn Lenormand all the way from 2 cards at the very beginning, all the way up to the grand tableau, and even beyond into becoming a pro reader if you are interested in that. Now, I know not everyone has that desire to become a professional reader, but if you want that, this option will be available a little bit later on in the membership. So You are really getting a comprehensive Lenormand education from start to finish. And inside this membership, I have my signature Lenormand course. We've done 7 rounds of this course. It's called Lenormand Foundations. And this course is truly my baby. And really, I think part of why I was put on earth, frankly, is to create this course. So you get this course, and it's also going to be expanded. So you're going to get additional content, and it's just so juicy. Here's the thing to know about Lenormand Foundations, which is inside the membership. It's not an ordinary Lenormand class. We are not so textbook academic like you'll see in other courses. Now, don't get me wrong, we do still learn the basics and we still do respect and honor tradition, but what we focus on instead of that academic stuff, we focus on building your relationship with the cards. Because ultimately with divination, that is what matters the most, is your connection and your trust in your cards. So I have this phrase that I say, which is learn Lenormand with your life. And we focus on creating these experiences so you learn to trust yourself with the cards. So what is inside? We have 25 jam-packed lessons, and there's going to be even more lessons than this, from 2 cards all the way up to the grand tableau. And this is a quote from a student who was in my first round of Lenormand Foundations. I have actually revamped the course twice since he has taken it. And he said, I've had my deck for 2 years and I've learned more in the first lesson than I have in the 2 years on my own. Inside, we have learn then do practice worksheets, and that's a kind of theme throughout is we learn something and then we immediately put it into action with practice. We also have those lessons and challenges. So if you are craving more than, the lessons and the worksheets that come with it, I have a variety of challenges for you to try out and to post inside the group that we're going to talk about next. And this is a way for you to start practicing and learning Lenormand with your life. As I mentioned, we do have a private community, and this private community is not on Facebook. It is in our membership site, so you can have that privacy of just working with people who are learning Lenormand like you. And this is a quote from Mary Lynn. She said, I love the private group. It was so great to get feedback from Emily and other students. It felt like a safe place to share and learn. And it is so important that you feel safe when you're practicing. And I do my absolute best inside the community to make sure it is an encouraging, uplifting place. Sure, people can maybe disagree about interpretations, but we keep it respectful. I make that mandatory when it comes to this community so you can truly try and kind of stretch a little bit without any kind of fear. We also have live interpreting labs, and these are going to be hosted by Lenormand Pro Chris Bruder. Chris is seriously one of the best Lenormand readers I've ever seen. He has so much natural talent, but he also works really hard to be a better reader all the time, and he learns with his life. It's so fun to see how he plays with cards, and he is constantly bettering himself. And this is a quote from Amy. She said, I love how the live study classes are so interactive. And that's what the interpreting lab is all about. It's really about interaction between you and Chris and your fellow diviners who will be there. Basically, how the interpreting labs work is Chris comes with some spreads, typically from his life or spreads he's used for clients. So, and he has real life results and he shares his question, he puts up the cards he drew, and he lets folks kind of play. And it really is a way to get a pro reader's feedback in real time. Now, that being said, not everyone can make the live interpreting labs. Or sometimes people actually prefer to watch the replays. And the reason for this is because you can hit pause and you can kind of work it out on your own if you want a little bit more time to think. So, depending on what kind of experience you're looking for, this can kind of suit two needs. So, let me take you inside the first 3 months of the membership. In month one, the language of Lenormand is our theme. And what we are focusing on is how to read Lenormand from one card up to 3 cards. So inside of this first month, my intention here is to build you a rock solid Lenormand foundation. I don't want any confusion on how to combine cards, how to read 3-card spreads, because those are the building blocks that you are going to use later on in order to read things like a box spread or the grand tableau. So that's why we focus and we dedicate a whole month to this, is because it's so important that this is drilled in and you have it on lock. So you have these 3 lessons that will be inside of month 1. In addition to that, you have a live interpreting lab with Chris. I also have some challenges and card prompts for you if you want some new ideas on how to read your cards, and you can share these inside the community. In addition, you'll get a Q&A with me so you can bring your spreads, your questions to me. And also, we have bonuses, of course. We have a daily draw troubleshoot. So if you're finding your daily draws just don't make sense, or you're like, why does this feel wonky? We address that. We also talk about 3 ways to read a 3-card spread, so you have some additional ways to play with. In month 2, I call it lights, camera, read, because this is really where we get into the really juicy part of reading Lenormand, because we talk about setting the scene for your readings, which is kind of like the not talked about, really, really important part of reading. I would say that's arguably one of the most important lessons that we have here. We also talk about 5-card spreads. For the bonuses, we have the 5-card formula. This is almost like cheating because it's like I just literally give you a formula to read a 5-card spread every time. We also have a client question case study where I take raw client questions, exactly how they kind of spouted them to me, and then I show you how to reform them into a Lenormand question. We also talk about the good, the bad, and the tricky cards. So things like, is the sun better than the key? Are the clouds, more negative than the cross? Things like that. And we talk about their meanings and applications in different contexts. Again, you have that interpreting lab with Chris, the challenges, and Q&A with me. And then month 3, we're getting into the box spread. We talk about timing in Lenormand. I also teach you how to read a box spread. And then, of course, that learn then do, you have that box spread practice session. We have the standard things there, the live interpreting lab, challenges, Q&A with me. And then we also have some additional bonuses for you. So some things that are going to happen in future months here, we're going to have advanced Lenormand techniques. We're going to talk about combining Lenormand and tarot. We're going to have special guest speakers, but I would be remiss if I did not mention the grand tableau. Now, the grand tableau is its own course, and there are 4 modules inside of that, and you'll just get them all at once after you have finished the other months. And the reason for this is because everyone learns the grand tableau in their own time. Some people like to watch, the whole course through and then kind of go back and digest the bits that they need a little bit more time with. And some folks, they just like to take it very, very slow. So I just give this to you all at once so you can kind of do with it what you wish. But you will be taught the grand tableau in a very approachable way. I teach you different layers, so you can start with just kind of reading the bare minimum in a grand tableau, and then I give you, okay, you've got that down. Now let me show you something cool to add on to that. So you can build your own way to read a grand tableau in a way that is very approachable for you. So if you're watching this, you're probably wondering, Okay, this all sounds fabulous, but how much does this cost? It's 35 bucks a month. That's it. So, this is really an affordable way to learn Lenormand, but the thing about this is it's not affordability without the quality. I made sure that the quality is there. You have personal interaction, you have lots of ways to ask questions to me or to Chris. You have a community, you have the lessons. I mean, I really made sure this wasn't missing anything. The other thing about this too is you do receive lifetime access to the courses you have taken if you are a member for 1 year. So after you're a member for 1 year, you'll have lifetime access. So there's no such thing as falling behind. I totally get it that a lot of us are super busy with life. And so it's fine if you have a month where you're really busy and you miss it. That's okay. You can just log back on the next month and it'll be there waiting for you. The other thing too is you can cancel anytime. So if you join and you're like, okay, I just wanted to get through the box spread, I've done that, then you can just peace out if you want. You can cancel whenever you want. There's no commitment. But if you do want that lifetime access, you need to be a member for a year. But besides that, there's no obligation to anything. So you can find the site to join here at emilyrosedivination.com/membership. It'll look like that at the top. I just took a quick screenshot of what it looks like. So you can head there to join right now, and you want to make sure to join soon because the doors are going to close on April 1st, and that's also when we get started is April 1st. So it's coming up pretty fast. So make sure to join as soon as possible to make sure that you can get in and start reading Lenormand with a fabulous community. So here's a few questions that I've been getting from folks. So I figured I'd pop them in here, and please feel free to pop any questions that you have in the comments. I will be monitoring this until April 1st. So don't, or and probably a little beyond that. So don't worry if you have questions around that time, I'll be able to answer them. So the first question, when does the membership start? It starts April 1st. That's when it starts. So if you join now, then you'll get some emails from me to kind of help you prepare for it, to help show you around the membership and things like that. You'll probably be getting that a week prior or within that week prior. So it starts April 1st. And this is another question I get a lot. What if I can't make the lives? Anything we do live, we record. So you can always watch the recording. And the way that we determine the lives is we take a poll. Basically, we ask what's the best time, and whoever has the most overlap, wherever we have the most, yes, I can make that time, that's when the time is. So it's really based on your guys' availability. And so most folks should be able to make the live, but if you can't, there will be a recording, and there's tons of ways to ask me questions within that. You can ask me questions inside the private community. You can ask me questions via email. Sometimes you have spreads that are kind of personal in nature and you don't want to share it with the whole group. That's fine. You can just shoot me an email and share your spread or your question with me, and I can answer it privately. And in addition, we also have the fabulous Erin, and she's around to answer your tech questions too. So if you're like, how do I log in? How do I do that? Erin is your woman, and she can help you with that. So I can't wait to see you guys inside the membership. If you have any questions, feel free to pop them down in the comments below. I would love to answer them for you. And you can find where to join at emilyrosedivination.com/membership. It will also be in the description below. And if you're watching this and it's past, April or, it's beyond that, still head to that website because there will be an option to get on the wait list if for when and if we reopen the membership again. So go ahead and put your email in there if you're watching this later. But But otherwise, feel free to pop your questions in the comments. And I can't wait to see you guys inside the membership on April 1st. So exciting.